All right, so I'm gonna make a video really quick and I'm gonna talk about basically like the spiritual acceleration mixed in with kind of like the basically like how your specific path is accelerated based on what you do. So they talk about in a couple different things how sometimes there's multiple souls that will share a single body, and in order for the higher being, in order for that being to take over the body, it has to release all of the karmic patterns of the soul that was in there beforehand. And there's an interesting thing about that, because it seems as though the more that the karmic patterns are kind of resolved, the more intense and quickly more of them start to come up and kind of like present themselves. So it doesn't just have to be with like a soul sharing a body, but that's like the most hardcore kind of representation I can think of, because it's kind of been the easiest thing to kind of bring my mind back to being able to figure out what's going on. But it seems as though the better you get at working with the spiritual catalyst, the faster and kind of more intense the catalyst becomes. And what I mean by faster is not particularly like the things come faster, but it's almost like you learn quicker. So things change really, really quickly. So your reality could shift many times really, really quickly in a short amount of time. And through that, you learn a lot of things in a really, really quick amount of time. But at the same time, it could be difficult, because it's like hitting the turbocharge button when you're almost not really ready for the wheel spin that you're gonna have, if that makes any sense. So it's like you have to be ready for the acceleration when you realize that the spiritual path is something that you're wanting to go on. And understand that as you start to kind of like unlock these different things in you, you almost have to be like tested in order for you to be able to hold on to them, because I don't think that the really like flow of the universe would allow for somebody. I mean, it does for a few people who are really manipulative or powerful, but like for most people, it won't allow them to hold on to kind of spiritual abilities unless they prove their kind of worthiness for them. And by worthiness, what I mean is that you have to be able to take the stuff in the right way and learn from it, rather than blaming or pushing guilt onto something else. And that seems to be the biggest thing that people tend to do, is that they'll bypass all of the lessons by blaming and shaming other people, and then they'll never get to understand what it was that was being presented to them. And the funny thing is that this, like, the people in this life have kind of shown the easiest way that they were portraying to be able to kind of have a good existence is to find a comfortable life setting, and then to stay in that life setting for the rest of your life, and just keep yourself in this kind of like seat of comfort. But in reality, that's actually like a way to stay stagnant and then stuck in samsara and this kind of cycle, because you end up not going anywhere and you don't learn anything. You don't get any of these spiritual lessons. So you may have like a comfortable life, but you're going to end up having to learn the same lessons in many other kind of like lifetimes. And the funny thing is that when you start actually trying to have these spiritual experiences and stuff like that, that the comfort of your life kind of goes away, but you have this new kind of comfort where no matter what happens, you feel comfortable with the outcome or the situation that's at hand. And then through that, that's actually the better way to, not better, but like probably the quicker way to grow through these kind of experiences. But the thing is that it's gonna get more and more intense, because as you kind of wake up more and more, then you accelerate your, like, basically think about it like this, right? Like if you remember 1,000 past lives, then your perspective on time in this lifetime is going to change exponentially, and everything's going to seem like it accelerates because your perspective on time has vastly increased. So this specific small amount of time in this lifetime doesn't seem as long as what it used to, and through that, it changes your entire perspective on life. And that's kind of like the experiences that happen with the spiritual path. And then it's kind of getting used to that and allowing kind of whatever situation wants to present itself to you to present itself to you. I feel like everybody is really kind of starting to accelerate at this point, and some people are going to become traumatized by it. Some people are going to use it for their growth. It really depends on the way that you want to look at it. So my suggestion is to choose to see things through the eyes of love, and understand that no matter how terrible a situation feels to you, there's something there that you're trying to hold on to or gain from that. Like there's something that is trying to be shown to you, that you if you see this thing that it's trying to show you, then that feeling will go away, and that continuous cycling of the same scenario that comes up over and over again, but in different ways, will dissolve. And it may come up a couple more times, but once you stop giving it attention in the same way that you used to, it'll just go away.